have a monkey in your pants?
Right guys, how's it going? This is a faulty Xbox One update video part 3, I think it is. If you remember back, I got Xbox One last week, the week before, had some coil whine issues with it. I got a replacement from Microsoft, which I thought it was completely silent, or more or less as completely silent as you can get. I suppose the one that I got from Microsoft. I will link the previous videos down below in case you haven't seen them for some reason. But it's still got ever so slight coil whine, but particularly not when it's in standby, so energy, not standby mode. When it's instant on, it's silent there, where the previous one wasn't. It was still making quite an audible noise. But on the second video that I done, sorry, I'm really struggling to get my words out this evening. The power supply, noisy as hell. The fan, you can hear it running. It's extremely audible on the power brick. And since speaking to a good couple of other friends, everybody's saying that their power brick is completely silent. They can't hear it. Now, the first time round I had an Xbox One at launch, my power brick, I had the console in the living room, and the power brick was down behind a large wooden TV cabinet, if you like. It was solid back, so that might have been blocking the noise. Whether that one was not noisy at the time, I don't know. So I've got nothing to compare it to. As such, part of the people that I'm speaking to are saying that theirs is completely silent. If you go online as well, I will remember to breathe in a minute. If you go online as well, you'll see loads of people complaining about the noise of the power brick, and people saying that mine did make a noise. I got a new one from Microsoft or whatnot, and now it's not making a noise. So mine was definitely faulty. So it's one of these things. It's all as well. I should say, it's like, are you being a bit paranoid? How noisy is too noisy when other people saying theirs is silent, where you can blatantly hear yours? Obviously, my game room is quite small. It's at about 1.5 meters, 2 meters at a push from the TV unit, and the power brick sits behind that, and I can certainly hear it. Everything off in this room, you can hear it. It's pretty audible, is what it is. Yeah, so I could be being extremely anal, and people might say just shut up and play the console. Or people in one of the last videos did say just don't have the instant on feature on, put energy saving mode on, and the power brick goes to sleep when you switch the console off, which is fair enough. But I want it to come on quick. I don't care about the environment to a certain degree. I want the console to come on quick, and also to get its updates when it's switched off, which will only do it if it's on instant mode on. So in the last video I mentioned about getting a power supply from an original Xbox 360, and I did get a power supply from an original Xbox 360. At the time I said you needed the 203 watt model, which is what this is. Anybody who's got a 360 remember this. Anybody who has had a 360, you also may remember this. And I also said that if you get one of these, it basically converts it, you know what I mean, Xbox 360 style to Xbox One style. So I got that in the post very recently. It just plugs in like that. It plugs in, and as soon as I plug this power supply to the Xbox One, guess what? Well, this is just fucking faulty. You might think I'm being total anal and stupid and really like I've got bat-think supersonic ears, but it's not the case at all. I swear I'm not like a freak when it comes to noise. This is noisier than the Xbox One. I think there may be something wrong with this power supply, because if you squeeze it a little bit, the noise certainly lessens. It's nowhere near as noisy as what it is if you don't squeeze it, if that makes sense. So maybe it would have been a solution, but yeah, it's certainly not silent, I'll say that. So that was that. So original Xbox swapped out, got a new one from Microsoft, a lot quieter, power supply noisy. I bought this and I bought this. This is noisy, so I'm still left with a noisy power supply. So I thought to myself last night, how else am I going to get around this? I think when the Xbox One was originally released, you could order replacement power supply units from Microsoft directly, but they're no longer offering that. The only thing that they will offer is for you to send yours away for repair or replacement, which is daft. And that could take several weeks. It could take 1, 2, 3 weeks to get one back. Unlike with the consoles, where they do, I think it's called an advanced replacement program, where they will send you one first if they put a hold on their credit card, and then you can send the console back once you get the new one. Don't do that with a power supply. So if you've got a faulty power supply, you think you've got a faulty power supply, you're gonna have to send it off. Completely be unable to play your console for what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Who knows how long is it going to take to get these back? So like I said, I was sitting thinking last night, I was like, how else can I wangle this? And I thought, I'll do something else, I'll buy something else. The only way to do it is, or was I should say, to go and buy another Xbox One. I picked this up this afternoon. Now you might be thinking, what the hell? Now the original Xbox that I've got here, that's not in the box, that's sitting in my room unboxed that I've been playing on, was from an online retailer. I picked up the one on the floor there from a retail store. And my plan is, right, this may be wrong, maybe morally wrong, I'm not sure, depends how, I don't really care at the end of the day as long as I get what I want out of it at the end of the day. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, I'm going to connect it up, I'm going to update it, the one in the box, fucking heavy machines, I'm going to update it, I'm going to see how the noise of it compares to my current machine, and I'm also going to compare the noise of the power supply compared to my current machine. Sorry, I'm too much talking. Now, if the machines are the same noise wise, I'll keep the existing one that I've got. If the power supply in the new one is a lot quieter, I will use the new power supply. If the power supply in the console are a lot quieter than my existing ones, I will use them. And cheekily, what I will do is put my noisy power supply, noisy console, whatever way it works, in this box here. I'll take it back to said retailer that I bought it from this afternoon, and I'll get my refund back that I paid for it. And that way I'll have a nice quiet console, I'll have a nice quiet power supply. And you probably think I'm a wee bit mad in the head, but I'm not at all. But to be fair, when I phoned up Microsoft the other day, or whenever the last time with the console, they said if I wasn't happy, the easiest thing would be to probably take it back to the retailer and get a refund. So that's what I'll be doing. I just maybe swapping bits in and out, but at the end of the day, the retailer will still get an Xbox One back, and I will get a quiet one. Yeah, you know what I mean. Is that morally wrong? I'm sure everybody does that kind of shit at the end of the day. It's abusing the refund system, maybe, but there shouldn't be inadequate Xbox Ones with noisy fucking issues. I should really stop lifting that, it's heavy. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'll see how it goes. But what I'll do, guys, I'll get it set up, I'll update it. I'm not gonna film or try and record the noise that anything makes, because it's going to be impossible. I've not got professional recording equipment, and the likes of my webcam, it does have noise cancelling microphones, so it just cancels out any sort of continual background noise, such as the noise that the Xbox or the power supply is currently making. I can hear it now, it's fucking loud. But what I'll do, I'll unbox a new one, see how it is, compare, and I'll update you once I've done that. So yeah, I'll go do that, and then I'll come back and I'll tell you what the story is. Stay there. Before I let you know what's going on with the updated Xbox unbox noisy issues thing, I've noticed I've got some food stuff stuck on my jumper before anybody decides to point it out. I'm messy, or one of my children have made mess on me. I don't know what it is, but anyway, let's see what the deal is with the Xboxes and the power supplies, and now that I've had a look at both of them. So, I done what I said I was going to do. I unplugged the newly acquired console this afternoon, unboxed it, plugged it in, updated it, but with the first console that I had that's still there, the coil whine noise only happened once it was updated, but the new one, it still needed updated when it was plugged in, but the new one, oh my god, the amount, I'm not like, honestly, you're probably sitting there thinking I'm such a plank and I've got noise issues. I'm not like Rain Man of the noise world. I'm not at all. But the new one, before it had even updated, the amount of coil whine noise, it was loud as hell, like seriously loud as hell. So that Xbox went back in the box. So there's blatantly coil whine issues for your ears, basically, with the Xboxes at the moment, as you will be able to see if you have a look on the interwebs. But so I put that back in the box, and then I got to testing the power supplies, and they're basically the exact same. I'm beginning to think now I've not probably got an issue with my power supply. It's just a case of they are reasonably noisy because they've got a fan inside them, and I'm possibly only making an issue of it, or because my room's quite small and the power supply is more or less open, whereas people in the living room aren't probably going to be sitting a meter away from their Xbox One power supply, whereas I am, and I'm probably picking it up a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know. Still, yes, it's noisier than the PS4. Even when the Xbox One is in standby mode, the power supply fan spins because it's ready to be switched on basically. You can stick it in energy saving mode, like I said, but I don't want to do that because it takes longer to update it, and it takes longer to switch on, I should say, and it doesn't do automatic updates as well. So it is noisier. The PS4 is noisier when it plays games. So you can't win with these new generation consoles. I think they were pushed out, rushed out a little bit, and they could have been maybe designed a little bit better. Oh, windy pops. So I'm just going to live with it. I've got the Xbox there. I've extended the cable as far as I can, and I've put the power supply underneath my desk because it's a big wooden desk, in the hope that it's going to block some noise off. So, but it doesn't really do much. If it was in my living room, I probably would hardly even hear it because I'd be sitting a good, whatever, 4, 5, 6 meters away from it. Maybe not that far, but I probably wouldn't hear it. So I'm just going to put up with it. Still happy I've got an Xbox One. Still think it's a great console. I'm probably just a bit of a weirdo and a bit anal when it comes to noise. I do not know. But see, I'm hoping that they will release a revised slim version of the console at some point with and maybe the power supply issue noise thing. It's not even an issue. I think they've just slowed the fan down. I know it obviously needs a fan in there for cooling, but slow it down a little bit. I don't know. These consoles don't draw that much power, so I don't understand why the power supply obviously gets hot. Fuck it. I'm just gonna live with it. Man up and just play my console and enjoy my games. That's all I'm gonna do. It's probably not that loud. It's just me being a freak at the end of the day. So I'm gonna take that one back to the retail shop that I bought it from. Make up some bullshit. No, I don't need to make up a bullshit story. It's fucking got coil wine like shit. And I'll just say I don't want it. It's coil whining, and I'll just live with the power supply. But that's it, guys. You're not going to hear anything more from me about my Xbox One dramas unless something else happens, and then you will hear about it. But I'm just going to get on with it, play my games, enjoy my console, and that'll be the end of it from me. But as always, guys, thank you much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. What's that noise? I'm joking, and I'll catch you next time.
Do you have a monkey in your pants?